Howdy, howdy. We're going a little old school because I am traveling, but I wanted to share today my reviews on the big two books that I read this week, the releases from January 7. And let me tell you, I only read DC and I am kind of disappointed. There was only really one and a half books I say that I really enjoyed. The rest of them I thought, it was okay. So let's get into it. If you read these books, let me know what you thought down below. Let's nerd out in the comments. And even if you love the books that I didn't like, hey, that's fine. Maybe you can change my mind or maybe point out something that I missed. But I appreciate your time and attention. All right, starting with Batman Ark M. It was a Batman heavy week, but I didn't read mainland Batman because I removed that from my poll. It just wasn't speaking to me. But in Batman Ark M, we've got this introduction to Dr. Arkham, and he has some stuff happen when he was younger. Basically, his mother was mentally ill, and this was my first issue with the book because she just flips out of nowhere. There's no setup. There's no there's no warning that she's like having issues. She's just like a good wife, a normal wife, I think, taking care of the home, taking care of the kids, multiple kids, waiting for her husband to come home from war. But then she gets the news that her husband died, and not only that, died in a needless battle, and she just flips out and shoots the messenger, shoots the kids, shoots herself. But she leaves Arkham alive. We don't know why. I'm not sure. I wish we could have gotten some explanation. Like, in my head, I was going through a few things. We won't go over what that would look like, but I thought there was a couple different ways that we could really, in the same amount of pages, give credence to her being mentally ill and why she would let Arkham, Dr. Arkham, who would become Dr. Arkham, alive. I do like this shot here. It's almost like the Batman Crime Alley shot. What happens with Dr. Arkham is kind of that reflection of the Batman. It seems like the Joker and now Arkham, a little bit of Bane too, are having some like opposite mirror reflections of Batman. So I think that's interesting. But then we get into more storytelling, and this is all lore. Kind of saw the twist coming. There is a little bit of a twist here. But overall, the art was pretty good. It was kind of engaging, but I don't know. For a special, I wanted it more. And then also with the timing coming out right after Absolute Batman 15, where we had the same exact type of book that was a lore dump on the Joker. I don't know, 2 issues in a row just seemed like poor timing. So the ending was fine, some of the reveals at the end, but overall, I was left wanting. And again, a lot of people are liking it, just didn't hit me with this one. Knightfight is still fun. At this point, I'm just kind of like curious why this is all happening, and not in a meta way. Like why are they writing this book? Well, I guess they got to have a Batman book, and Batman's not in the. No, I'm not asking that. I'm literally asking why is the Heart of Apocalypse going through all this? He literally says Batman tried to cheat, and so he's going to give Batman a way to re-enter the tournament. And my only question the whole time I'm reading this is why? Why, if the Heart of Apocalypse can do all this and, put Batman through the ringer, well, I mean, if he loses these battles, if he dies in this alternate reality, he dies, right? So, or he leaves and goes back to Earth from wherever they are. So, like, why even go through all this? Why not just banish him, and send him back to Earth or kill him? Like, why go through all this? I still don't understand. Someone tell me I missed something. Because other than that, I would enjoy this so much more. I think the action's great. The art is great. This is some of Dan Mora's best work. He gets a chance to really show off everything he's doing. The Heart shows Batman a little bit of what's going on. And he says, look, it even says here, before I merely was punishing you for attempting to cheat, but you won't stop breaking my rules. It's like, well, make rules that he can't break. Like, you're doing all this stuff. You can't. Anyways, I will make you a deal, Batman, a new offer. If you beat my challenge, I will return you to the tournament. And that's it. Like, he doesn't say what happens if he doesn't beat it. If he doesn't beat the challenge, does he die? Does he get banished from the tournament? Why doesn't he just do that now? Why is he making this deal? That's what bothers me about this book. And please, again, someone tell me I'm missing something. I love this scene, a little bit of not Knives Out, Murder on the Orient Express, Gustavo, what's the guy's name? Anyways, that little murder mystery thing, I really like that. 2-page ad here. And then we get into, you know, Batman showing up in this alternate reality. And I think this, I believe if I remember right, this is Tim Drake that he has to fight with or work along. And of course, Batman tries to figure it out in the Batman way. So again, if it wasn't for that one thing, I would say this is an absolute hit, just like the last two. But now I'm starting to like, why are we doing this? It doesn't make any sense. And that normally doesn't bother me, but I think with everything else happening, it just, I want something, just, I want this to mean something, and I want it to need to mean something. And right now I'm not getting that need. So I'm still, unfortunately, I was still kind of mid on this. But please, someone tell me in the comments why. Now this one was incredibly disappointing, and I kind of knew it was going to be, kind of knew where it was going. But again, the optimist in me wanted to have more. This is Batman Green Arrow, the Question Arcadia. It's a Black Label book, and essentially we have Batman trying to investigate a terrorist at a north, I think it's a north, but maybe an Arctic plant. And Green Arrow in the Question uncover that they're using child labor or slave labor. But at the same time, they put in these just tropey, and not even a good trope. You know me, I appreciate a good trope. But they put in these tropey like, what am I paying you for? And it's like, oh, automation would be faster, but we're cheaper. And the slave labor. And they're like, what are we paying you for? So it's like, is it slave labor or is it not? Because the Question kind of like, I agree, it's bad business practices. When someone wants a job, you don't knock them out and then wake them up in a different country to do work for you. That's not okay. But to call that slave labor when they're paying them, I don't know. I just feel like there's a better way to write that. Just don't pay them. But the writer, Gabriel Hardman, is obviously trying to make some kind of comment on capitalism, because he was doing that before with like, oh, the rich people are always the problem. It's just bad writing. And I don't mind a book that's going to talk about that, but do it well. Do it in a way that doesn't annoy me, right? So a lot of Oliver Queen stuff has that kind of theme in the writing, you know, that internal conflict of him being the rich guy, but also, you know, being a Robin Hood type character. Like, that's fine. It can be done well. It's not done well here. And then we get Batman, for some reason, just keeps helping these people, has no idea that this bad labor practice is happening. If you want to call it slave labor, call it slave labor, that's fine. The art is great. I'm enjoying the art. And then you get this rich guy that's like all hoity-toity and everything, and just like mission driven, but obviously he has a bad mission. And then the Question, this is when I was like, all right, coming off of the pool, he's like, he says, I figured they would confiscate my belt when I arrived, so I made other arrangements. We don't need to get specific about how I smuggled in the mask and gas pellets. Like, I wish we would. I wish we would, because otherwise it just seems like lazy writing or gross. So, yeah, just, I don't know. Just the book is all over the place to me. I think there's some potential there, but it's not for me. Unfortunately, it's 3 issues. It's so bad, I'm not even gonna pull book 3. I'm just gonna miss it out, and I'm just gonna give back book 1 and 2. So, did not care for that one at all. That was like a 1 star, which is a very rarity for me. Leaving it on a high note, though, Teen Titans Go. And again, I don't mind turning off my brain for a good story. Teen Titans Go, issue 11. This one is game night focused, so if you are a board gamer or you enjoy that hobby, this is great, because they're playing Trader, which is kind of like Mafia, or, you know, one of those secret Hitler games, I guess. And they have a game night, and Beast Boy, for some reason, invites his not-so-girlfriend Tara, who is, you know, not being so subtle about wanting to rob them again. They have this funny Peanuts little strip here about him like having a date the other day. It was really funny, really well done. Not the best issue of the bunch, but still a very funny and entertaining issue. So I enjoyed this one. It is what it is. You know what you're getting into. This is not a steak and potato dinner. This is, you know, McDonald's on the way home because you're too tired to cook, right? So I enjoyed it. It's simple. It's fun. It's got some action at the end. It's cute, if you want to call it that. Very enjoyable. Teen Titans Go. Definitely my big 2 pick of the week. And of course, no Marvel. Didn't have any Marvel pulls this week. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I try not to be too negative. I try to only talk about the things that I like. But again, only read 4 books. And none of them were Marvel. And I really only enjoyed one of them a lot. So let me know what you think about these books in the comments below. Are there any that came out this week, January 7th, that I should have read? I'd love to know, because I want to read good books. I don't want to sit here and talk about books that I don't like. I want to read good books. I wanted to like all of these books. But I guess I need more information. So thank you guys for watching. Again, like if you like this video, subscribe for more comic book videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. Adios.